Welcome to Utilizing Azure Traffic Managers with Cisco Secure Firewalls. This is a presentation which is part of a series which covers secure firewall deployments within Azure. My name is Matt Storr and I'm a technical marketing engineer with Cisco Systems. Let's get started. Azure Traffic Manager is a DNS-based traffic load balancer that distributes traffic to your public-facing applications across global Azure regions. Traffic Manager provides your public endpoints with high availability and quick responsiveness. Traffic Manager provides two key benefits: distribution of traffic according to one of several traffic routing methods, and continuous monitoring of endpoint health and automatic failover when endpoints fail. When a client attempts to connect to a service, it must first resolve the DNS name of the service to an IP address. The client then connects to that IP address to access the service. The most important point to understand is that Traffic Manager works at the DNS level, which is at the application layer, or layer 7. Traffic Manager uses DNS to direct clients to specific service endpoints based on the rules of the traffic routing method. Clients connect to the selected endpoint directly. Traffic Manager isn't a proxy or a gateway. Traffic Manager doesn't see the traffic passing between the client and the service. Traffic Manager uses profiles to control traffic to your cloud services or website endpoints.
A common use case for DNS load balancing using the Azure Traffic Manager is to provide redundant access to applications over remote access VPN. In this scenario, the Traffic Manager uses DNS records to direct traffic through multiple instances of the firewall. This use case uses unique address pools per FTD, and static addresses can be used to return traffic through the proper FTD and avoid asymmetric routing on the return path direction.
An alternative to static routing is to use external BGP peering to distribute these routes. By redistributing the static /32 routes as part of the VPN pool aggregate addresses, the number of route entries is reduced. While this method is more complex, it adds improved scalability and reduces the need for manual changes as the number of pools increases. There are several traffic routing options which can be chosen to affect the routing behavior of the Traffic Manager. The default option is performance routing, which routes traffic to the lowest latency destination. Other options include priority routing, which routes traffic based on the highest priority target which is available, and geographic routing, which routes traffic based upon users' geographic locations. A detailed description of each of the options can be viewed by hovering your mouse over the information icon just to the right of the routing method field in Azure when configuring the Traffic Manager profile. I've also included these options here for easy reference. In addition to routing options, health checks can be enabled to ensure that traffic is routed only to healthy destinations. This feature is configured in the Endpoint Monitor Settings section of the Traffic Manager profile. For the purposes of the demonstration, we'll be setting a health probe to TCP port 443 with a probing interval of 30 seconds and 3 tolerated failures until the endpoint is marked as unhealthy. We'll leave the DNS time to live at its default of 60 seconds. If you wish to failover or for more granular distribution, you can reduce this timer. Next, we'll walk through the Traffic Manager setup. In this case, I've already created 2 FTD endpoints. These are remote access VPN endpoints with public IPs on them. I've also set up the resource group already that they're shared with, which is in TM demo. So this is on the main screen. After I log into the Azure portal, first thing to do is go into the Traffic Manager Profiles section. And you can also get there by searching for Traffic Manager. Go to Traffic Manager Profiles. In this case, I'm going to create a new Traffic Manager profile, so I'll click on Create. I already have the subscription selected, so now I'll put in the resource group that I want to put this into, which is TM Demo. I'll give it a name. This will be the URL that will be accessed by users that are trying to access the resource, in this case, new TM Demo profile 1.trafficmanager.net. I'm going to set up a routing method of performance. Earlier, we had gone through the different options, routing method options. In this case, I'm just going to use the standard performance, which does load balances based upon latency. There are a number of other options that we went through earlier. And again, if you want to go through those, you can go into the settings, mouse over the information icon, and it gives you more information. In general, you can mouse over any of these options to find out. But Anyway, we're not going to do that. So then we have our tags. If we want to set a tag, which we don't, we're just going to go ahead and click on create, review and create. We'll run a validation. The validation's passed. Click on create again. This takes just a minute. Deployment's in progress. Once this is completed, the next step will be to add the endpoints. So click on go to resource. We're going to add our endpoints. And again, we've already created the endpoints, so we can skip that step. In this case, it's going to be an Azure endpoint, which is going to be in the subscription already. So this is a resource that's reachable as part of the subscription, existing subscription, and the same subscription, that is. We have other options here, such as an external endpoint. If we have something that's outside the subscription, we have a nested endpoint. We can also select that as well. We're not going to do that here. Again, any of these options, if you're curious about any of these options, you can mouse over the icon here and get more information. We'll give it a name. I'm going to call it TM Demo Endpoint 1, the first endpoint. In this case, it's going to be a public IP address. So I'll choose my public IP address. One thing to keep in mind here is if you're doing this configuration and you're targeting a public IP address, you'll need to make sure that you have a DNS configuration already created for the endpoint. That's within the settings of the public IP address. So in this case, I've already done that. And right here, FTD81-REVPN. It's going to be my target. I'm enabling health checks. Click on add, and we'll configure those in just a second here. I'm going to add one more endpoint. TMDemo EP2. It's a public IP address. There it is right there. Again, enabling health checks. Click on add. Okay, so let's take a look at the configuration now. So next thing here is this is the configuration. So we have our routing method, and again, as I stated earlier, if you want a list of the actual routing methods and how the options to distribute the traffic, you can mouse over this icon. We'll use the default value of 60 for the time to live, the DNS time to live. If you want more granular controls, you can knock that number down. But I'll just use the default in this case. I'm going to set a monitor on port 443 for over HTTPS. That path is fine. If you have other things that you want to check against, so for example, if you have scripts that are running and then you want them on a relative path, you can set that path as well if they're answering on a URL, part of that URL. These other intervals are fine. 30 seconds, which the default is fine. Tolerated number of failures, so after 3 failures, it will go unhealthy. All these other settings are fine. So go here and save it. And that should do it. Thank you for your time today. Have a great day.